I'd like to welcome you to this meeting of the College Station Independent School District Board of Trustees. We were elected at large to represent the interests of our community and our state in educating our students. Our mission for our students in this district is success each life, each day, each hour. We adhere to all pertinent laws, policies, and procedures in posting agendas and conducting our meetings. The detailed agenda information was made available to us at least 72 hours in advance, and we have all come to this meeting informed and prepared. We have just completed a workshop meeting where we heard reports and discussed much of the information needed to make decisions in either this meeting or in upcoming meetings. This is a meeting of the 7 trustees in a public setting rather than a public meeting. As such, public comment is included on the agenda at a specific time and requires us to listen rather than take action so as to abide by the Open Meetings Act. We're pleased that you've taken time this evening to join us. We're very proud of this school district, and we thank you for your interest and support of our students. Dr. Ely.
Dr. Yokin will begin tonight with our pledges of allegiance to the American flag, Texas flag, and our moment of silence. Representing us and leading us in the pledges today are representatives from Summer Day Camp. And to introduce our pledge leaders will be Gabe Munoz from Summer Day Camp. Gabe, would you come forward?
Thank you very much. With me today, I have Logan and Andre Rudd. Right here, Andre Rudd, he is a 4th grader at Southwood Valley Elementary, and his favorite sport is baseball. And then here we have Logan Rudd. He is also a 4th grader at Southwood Valley Elementary, and his favorite sport is football, and they are brothers, so just putting that together.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one indivisible. Thank you.
All right, guys, you guys have a picture of the board. Come on in, boys. You guys need to have more fun with this. Yeah, there you go. Thank you all so much. Did you get a picture? Hey, hold on, we got one more picture. Yeah, let's get picked.
All right, 1, 2, 3, cheese. Awesome, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Moving on to C2 staff recognitions. We have one recognition this evening for 2 hardworking College Station ISD individuals. College Station ISD and Baylor Scott and White Health Care Project Search Program was recognized at the Project Search International Conference on August the 2nd, 2016. Project Search recognizes program sites that have achieved 70% to 100% competitive employment for all participants in a program year. At the 2016 annual conference, 183 program sites from 37 states and 3 countries were recognized. The Project Search program provides real-life work experiences to help youth with significant disabilities make successful transitions from school to adult life. I would like to call CSISD job coach Sandra Beaver and secondary instructional coordinator Allison Hollis Ford to be recognized. Thank you all so much, and that concludes our recognitions for this evening.
I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize the artwork that was provided by the summer day camp. Obviously, some of our students didn't take all summer off. They were doing some things to help us beautify the boardroom. For that, we appreciate. We'll move on to the consent agenda. The items on consent are E2, E3, G, H1, J3, J4, J5, J6, J7, and J8. Does anybody have anything they'd like to pull from the consent agenda?
I move we approve the consent agenda as presented.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the consent agenda as presented, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Move on to board reports. Does anybody within the board have a report they'd like to share with the group? Okay. Everybody made it back from their summer, so that's good. So we'll get started. Dr. Ely, how about you?
Thank you, Dr. Yokin. A few things to visit with the board and community about this evening. First, just on some upcoming events. If you have not heard, school begins on Monday, the 22nd. And I'll give you the new school start times here in just a second. Adjust your driving habits accordingly. Do want to talk about in the workshop session, we spent a little bit of time talking about the accountability system, the current one, the one that's upcoming, A through F, that's going to be coming down the pike as well. The Commissioner of Education, who makes a lot of these decisions, is going around the state, and he will be in our region the first week of school. In fact, he will be at Region 6 on the morning of Thursday, the 25th. Myself and several staff members are going over to hear his presentation. We'd like to invite any members of the board who would like to go over there with us to see the Commissioner and hear what he has to say. We'd love to have you. Come join us on the 25th. We can arrange for transportation over there. So if you would like to go, just please let me know. School start times, we do have a little bit of a change this school year in some of our start times for elementary. Elementary start times are moving up to 7:45 a.m. and they will be dismissed at 3:05 p.m., adding 10 minutes to the school day as we talked about last year. And then the intermediate, middle, and high school times have just moved to 5 minutes. There's no time added to the day. The intermediate, middle, and high school will begin all at 8:25 a.m. and will be over at 3:50. So moving from 8:20 to 8:25 and 3:45 to 3:50. So just 5 minutes later for all of those 5th through 12th grade campuses. And that will include College View High School, which will also be 8:25 to 3:50. So I just want to make sure that's out there. I think we have been doing a good job of letting everybody know, but just want to make sure everybody knows when school starts and is not late on the first day. Speaking of College View High School, we have our certificate of occupancy. We are having professional development, and it was a big day in College View today because we had our student orientation, and the kids who were coming to College View got to come and see it. Them and their parents got to have a tour of the facility, got to meet their teachers who they'll be having this next year, and they got to start signing up for many of the clubs that are being offered at College View. And I've been told that all the clubs were signed up on this first day. Tremendous amount of excitement. If you follow College View on Instagram, you can see a lot of pictures of the kids up there with the College View swag, and really excited about that. Lots of smiles to go around, and so we are excited about what's happening there. And obviously, it will be opening for the first time on Monday, the 22nd. Let's see. You know, it's been not difficult, but it's been a challenge to recruit to a place that did not exist, to a program that did not exist. And now we have the facility and we have the educational program, and we're just excited about getting that started and sharing that with other members of our community. So if you have any questions or anybody's watching this video after this meeting, you have any questions about it, please give us a call or check our website, www.csisd.org, and we can get you to the right place. I think the last thing I have to talk about is our boundary adjustment schedule. Everybody on this board and most of the folks in the room will recall that we had a boundary adjustment committee that came together, a citizen-led and citizen-comprised group that met during April and May of this last school year. The group made their recommendations, finished their work by June 1st, and then the BAC, the Boundary Adjustment Committee, will be sharing their 4 recommendations to the board, and it will be at a specially called meeting on Wednesday, August the 31st, in this room at 6 p.m. So we're waiting, we're getting school started, so the second week of school, that Wednesday, the 31st, we'll be here at 6 o'clock for a specially called meeting, workshop for boundary adjustment. And then after that, we'll have 3 public forums for the community to react and to give us feedback on the committee's recommendations. Those will be on Tuesday, September the 6th, and that one will be at 7 p.m. at the Transportation Center. Followed the next day, Wednesday, September the 7th, at noon at the Transportation Center. And then the final one will be Monday, September the 12th, at 5:30 p.m. right back here in this room. Our Boundary Adjustment Committee will then meet one more time to review the feedback that they've received from the community, and the plan is for them to make their final recommendation to the board at the regularly scheduled September board meeting on September the 20th. So that's our schedule coming up. We will be big into boundary adjustment for about the next 3 or 4 weeks. And so with that, that is the end of my report, unless anybody has any questions, comments.
Anybody? Thank you
you.
for that. All right, we will move then to J1. Consider approval of school district budget for fiscal year beginning September 1, 2016 and ending August 31st, 2017. Dr. Ely. Did I miss something?
You missed F.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
I apologize. Hearing as citizens, Ms. Horn. I apologize. I was just excited to hear about the budget. Again.
Third time tonight.
Mr. Martindale.
The College Station ISD Board of Trustees have held duly posted public meetings for the purpose of conducting budget workshops related to the proposed budget for the 16-17 school year. Those workshops occurred on March 22nd, April 19th, May 17th, June 21st, July 19th, and earlier this evening, August the 16th. During those workshops, the trustees reviewed and discussed the budget for the 16-17 fiscal year. A duly advertised public hearing to discuss the proposed budget and tax rate was scheduled for earlier this evening at 6:45 p.m. Campus administrators, employee groups, and central office administrators have provided input into the budget development process. The work of these groups, combined with the feedback provided by the Board of Trustees, has led to the budget that is now being proposed for the 16-17 school year. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees of College Station ISD consider approval of the proposed CSISD budget for the 2016-17 fiscal year. No, it's for tax ordinance.
Any questions, comments? To entertain a motion?
I move approval of the school district budget for the fiscal year beginning September 1st, 2016, ending August 31st, 2017, as presented.
Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the school district budget for the fiscal year September 1, 2016, ending August 31st, 2017, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries 7-0. We'll move on to J2, consider approval of ordinance adopting tax rate for the 2016-17 fiscal year. Dr. Ely.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Yokin. Now that we have the budget approved, we need a tax rate to be able to fund that budget, and with the recommendation from the district is Mr. Martindale.
Thank you, Dr. Ely, Dr. Yokin. A notice of public meeting to discuss budget and proposed tax rate was published as required by law in the Bryan College Station Eagle. That notice informed the public of the public meeting scheduled for 6:45 p.m. on Tuesday, August 16, 2016, to be held to discuss the school district's budget that will determine the tax rate that will be adopted. The rollback rate published in that notice is $1.42 per $100 in taxable property value. The recommended rates are as follows: $1.04 for the purpose of maintenance and operations, and $0.356 for the purpose of principal and interest on our debt service. Proposed maintenance and operations tax rate of $1.04 combined with state and local revenues projected to fund the general fund budget for the 16-17 fiscal year. The recommended rate for principal and interest on debt is projected to adequately fund the district's required debt payments as previously approved by the voters of the district in various bond elections. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees of College Station ISD approve the property tax rate to be increased by the adoption of a total tax rate of $1.396, which effectively is a 2% increase in the tax rate due to increase in the INS rate.
Thank you. Any questions? Do we have a motion?
Move that we consider the adoption of the tax. Is that what you want to read? We approve as presented. How about that?
That's perfect, Ms. Wood. That's exactly.
I'm missing half my glasses, so I got confused there.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor of approval of the tax rate of 1.396 per thousand for $100 value, please. No, see, I can't.
That's presented.
As presented. Approved. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed. The motion carries 7-0. Okay, now we're done? All right. Thank you very much for joining us, and we adjourn.